Hello, 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 everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. This is the first episode of my Tea Time with Dr. Iyabo series of 2021. And I have a treat for you today. I have the amazing Niyc Pidgeon. Yeah, I have the amazing Niyc Pidgeon with me today, and we're just going to dive in. I'm going to bring her on quickly because she is very, very busy. So she's only going to be on with me for the first half for 30 minutes, and I'm going to take the remaining 30 minutes. So you will have me here for an hour, but Nick is only going to be on here for 30 minutes. And make sure you have your journals and your pens and your notepads ready, because she will be sharing a lot of tips for us. I'm sure a lot of us want to make money in this new year, right? But we want to make it in a purposeful, strategic way where whatever we're offering brings value to others, right? So yeah, so I'm bringing Nick on now. So welcome everybody to my Tea Time show, and here I cannot wait to bring Nick on. I've been waiting for this day for quite a while. Hi.
Hello, gorgeous lady. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. How are you? You know what? So is your accent Scottish or Irish?
Ooh, it's actually English, but I live 1 hour south of Scotland. So that is a great guess.
Ah, okay. But you know why I guess quite right. First of all, I'm married to an English guy. So Neil, yeah, Neil is English. And
Amazing.
then guess what? I lived in England for 5 years, from 93 to 98. I actually practiced in England as a doctor, and I worked in so many parts of England. I worked in Sheffield, in Leeds, in Ascot, everywhere. And I visited London every single year from the time I was 5 until I left home at 23.
Wow. So I'm
So,
about 1 hour away from Leeds, so in the
okay,
north.
yeah. Okay, because I've been listening to you. I'm like, I'm not sure. And you know what? I was actually going to ask Neil, can you, can you
To
hear
figure
me
it out.
well?
Yeah, I
Huh?
can hear you perfectly.
Oh, you can. Okay, all right, thank you. Yeah, I was going to ask Neil. I was going to say, do you know where her accent is from? But I forgot. But then I just guessed on my own. So welcome. I know you're busy, and I know that you're only going to be on here for 30 minutes. So guys, as you have questions, business questions, entrepreneurial questions, any questions, in fact, even about just plain psychology, mindset, mental health, please go ahead and ask, because you have Nick here. She is a busy woman. You think I'm busy? She's busier. So type your questions. I have my strong contacts on. I will be spotting your questions. But I'm going to start by giving a very brief bio. You guys can go to her page and her website to learn about her. But Nick is a well-accomplished business coach. She's very dynamic. She's passionate. She's achieved a lot. And she looks like she's 28, so I'm not quite sure.
I'll take it. Thank you. I'm
I'm not.
33.
You're 33?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. So you've been coaching since about 23 years
Yeah,
old?
correct.
Okay, so I'm going to have to just let you tell us your story. So yeah, why don't you just tell us your story? Because now I'm really curious. Now I really want to know how you started as a business coach and what your inspiration was.
Well, I always wanted to start a business when I was in high school, and I actually we had a program called Young Enterprise when I was in high school in Newcastle, and I was the managing director of that company. And we sold tie-dyed socks, okay, around school. So it wasn't my best ever business venture.
You said tie-dye socks?
Tie-dye socks, yep. And that was the start of it all. But I had a really interesting detour which found me on a path to study mechanical and automotive engineering.
Oh,
And it,
wow.
yeah, completely different, right? So that was what I was signed up to university to study. I'd done maths and physics at school, and I thought that that was going to be the thing to make me money. My dad was always telling me, you have to go into this man's world, you have to do maths, you have to do physics. I thought, right, okay, this is the thing that I'm going to do because it's going to help me make money. But I ended up changing and actually refocusing to study human behavior in psychology and positive psychology, and also set up businesses 10 years ago now. And the reason for that was because my partner at the time was a professional cricket player. So he played cricket in England, and he saw a sports psychology coach who told him, when you're out and you're about to play cricket and you're about to hit the ball, I want you to look around the field, and I want you to not look at the fielders, but I want you to look for the gaps in between the fielders instead. And that
Wow.
really landed with me, because I felt like, and this was when I was like 18 years old, I felt like as humans, we're so focused on what's going wrong, or the struggle, or what's hard, or the bills that we have to pay. What would be possible if we just focused on the opportunities and the possibilities and what's good instead? So that's what made me choose psychology. And I
Mhm.
did 3 degrees in psychology and ended up with a master's in positive psychology. I know I'm biased, but I feel like I have the best career in the world. And then once I graduated from my master's, I ended up setting up a coaching business and leaning into coaching primarily women entrepreneurs.
And this was 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
But how popular was coaching at that time?
Not at all. That's actually a great question, because when I started my master's degree in positive psychology in 2010, everybody thought I was weird. Okay.
I'm sure.
It was the degree is a science degree, and we focus on statistics and we focus on the evidence-based understanding of why humans, individuals, communities, and businesses actually thrive. So we study happiness and success, but we also look at things within that, like optimism and gratitude and meditation. So everyone, or most of the majority of people on my course, were in their 40s or their 50s. And I'm here fresh out of university, having this intuitive hit that this is going to be the right path for me. But everyone was like, Nick, what on earth are you doing? You're so weird, so weird. And then I started coaching in Newcastle. I had a practice there, and it was just step by step. They say it takes 10 years to make an overnight success, and that's very much my story. I just continued to put in the work, to follow my intuition, to go with what felt right at that time, and to not get too caught up on where I want to be ultimately, to understand that as long as you put the next, your best foot forwards, and you choose the next positive step that makes sense, then you're always going to figure it out, and the path will naturally unfold in front of you.
As you were talking, I was writing down keywords, and this is why you can easily spot people that will be successful, or if they're already successful, you can tell why they're successful. So I'm very intuitive too, just like you. But as you were talking, I was writing down all the keywords that are the reason for your success. So guys, if you have a pen, I'm not sure if you were writing it down, but this is how you learn from people. You have to be open to learn from people, and you have to get the keywords of what they're saying. So Nick said optimistic 2 times. She said intuitive and intuition 2 times. She said possibilities, I think, a couple of times. Continued work. Consistency. She didn't use the word consistency, but continued is the same thing. Too many of you guys give up too easily, and you flip-flop too easily. You don't put in the best effort for one project. You feel like it's not working, then you flip-flop to the next, right? Optimist. I'm a forever optimist. I'm always looking for those positive things in situations. You know, I've had tragedy happen to me over and over, but I get up and I still look for that star in what's going on. Nick said, put in the work. Okay? Nothing easy, nothing good comes easily. Then she said, put your best foot forward, your best, excellence. And I preach that all the time, right? Okay, so I hope you got all of what she was saying. A lot of you are pessimists, and you don't even know you're pessimists, right? No, honestly, because I work with women so much. I've been teaching medical students for so much. I mentor women. You know, it's like people just don't see the good in things. They're always seeing the bad part. But let me go to the key questions. How important is branding in making money and having a profitable online business? And what is branding? What is it, and how important is it, Nick?
I actually like to think about branding more as positioning. So thinking about how you're positioned in front of your ideal clients. I think for a long time, there was an association with branding, or I certainly thought that branding was the colors on my website, the logo on my website. And it was all just about the design and how things looked on the profiles that I had set up. But branding is so much about, I mean, what you've just reflected to me, looking at the words that somebody uses, that's part of my brand. Like the way that someone speaks, the language that you use, the way that you show up all of the time is your brand. And one of the things I love about these type of businesses, so personal brands, coaching businesses, businesses in personal development, where we have a social media presence, is we really have the opportunity to show up as ourselves every single day. And it's one of my greatest gratitudes and something that I'm so thankful for, because I get to roll out of bed in the morning and be the same version of Niyc Pidgeon on the live here with you guys as I am walking down the street with my partner, or eating dinner with friends, or standing on stage and doing a talk. And I feel that's when real brand comes in, because it's how you do what one thing is how you do everything for me. It's really now more than ever, people want integrity, authenticity. You hear all of these buzzwords all of the time: vulnerability, relatability. People want to know who it is they're dealing with. If you're working with a client in a coaching business, if you've got a program or a product where you're going to be working with someone for 3 months or 12 months, for me, it's really, really important that your ideal clients understand who you are. They understand that you understand them, and they understand exactly how it is that you can help and support them in reaching their goals. So I feel like that's where branding is important. It's really the positioning of who you are and how you can help people. And yes, it might come through your colors that you use. So I use a lot of black, I use a lot of pink, and people kind of know me for that. But it's so much more than that. It's really, really layered and nuanced. It's all about the testimonials, the endorsements, the trust that you can build with your audience. It's about how you show up on the live video. It's about the way that you dress. It's really down to like how you want people to perceive you and receive you, and also how you want to make them feel as well.
This is why I love you. This is why I've been waiting for this day. And this is why I wanted this to be my first live, because my passion is just to help as many women as I can. And I always tell people that I'm a very simple thinker. And I can kind of sense that you are the same. In business, it's best to take it simple. People overthink and overcomplicate things. That's why. And I'm going to go ahead and because I really want people to get practical details from you. Everything you said, I was underlining it. Show up as yourself. Show up as authentic. Figure out who your ideal client is. How you do one thing is how you do everything in life. That is key. That is key to being a person of integrity, key to being somebody who is steadfast. And this is why I only have one page. And the women that I coach, I ask them to just have one page. After you've made $1 million from your business, you can have 10 pages. You can do whatever you like. Right? Not really, but at least at that point, I won't be too critical of you if you have 4 pages, because you've made a good milestone in business. Some of you are stressed out by content on 1 page, and then you go ahead and create 4 pages. And then your brand is disjointed. You have 4,000 followers on 1 page. You have 250 followers on 1 page. You know, and then people can't really see who you are. You know, it's hard for them. And then you wonder why you only make 100K a year or 50K a year. It's because you're not really showing up as yourself in a simple way. You have all these pages. So having said that, Niyc, a lot of women do have multiple pages. I'm not an advocate for that. Even if you're in the products business, I have a few friends who do sell products and they have 1 page and they make a lot of money because they show people when they're on vacation. They show people when they're out taking a walk. They show people, you know, so people want to buy from you because they connect with you intimately. So those women who have 3-4 pages and who are stressed out about content, what do you have to say to them?
I love that you share that you make things simple. I feel like it is incredibly important to do that. And when I see people getting stressed out, burned out, and overwhelmed, it's because they try and dilute their attention and they end up becoming distracted and unfocused. Now, I don't know if you've ever done the Kolbe personality test, but on the Kolbe, it's really, really quick. I would definitely recommend doing it. It gives you like
How do you spell it?
It's Kolbe, and it gives you like 4 top characteristics of you when you're at your best or when you're striving to become your best. And one of my top ones is that I am a simplifier. Okay, so you got that literally right straight out front.
No, because I'm very intuitive. I can tell that you're simple, even from your dressing, from your makeup, from your dressing. I've looked at your feed and you're a simple person. I can tell. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I love to teach women and to coach this step by step. So how to do this and get from A to Z or A to B as easily and as quickly as possible. So I always say that it's better to do less, but do it better than try and take on the whole world and then want to quit. Okay. So even it comes through everything. So it comes through how many platforms are you active on? So let's say somebody is already on Facebook and Instagram. I will coach to continue on both platforms and duplicate the content across the platforms to make it easy for yourself.
Yes.
I won't encourage someone to take those 2 platforms and then add Pinterest and LinkedIn and YouTube and Clubhouse now. I wouldn't encourage someone to do that. I would say develop a presence where you've got your biggest presence already and look to expand and amplify and strengthen what already works. And we know that from positive psychology. So a lot of what I teach in business, there'll be elements of pod psych that filters through. So we know from positive psychology that when you work to your strengths, you become stronger and more successful. Yes. So if you've got something that's working, double down on that thing and do more of it. So I mentioned that this doesn't just apply to pages. It also applies to things like your business model as well. Yes. So when I grew, you know, so when I grew this business, I was looking at my coaches who are earning tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, and who have been in the business for 20, 30 years. Mm-hmm. I was comparing my business, which was, we did 6 figures in 2015, we did 7 figures in 2017. So I kind of got to that like multiple 6, 7 figure mark and was looking at these big coaches and influencers. And so I need to do what they do, because if I want to be successful like them, I need to replicate and model what they do. What I didn't realize, which I do now, is that you can't replicate somebody else's business model if you're in a different phase of growth to them. So what I now understand and what I teach is that you choose as simple as possible business model. So this might mean having 1 product to start off with.
Yes. Can you say that again? No. Can you say that again, please? 1 product. Please say it again.
1 product or 1 service. That's all you need to build $1 million business. And I actually wish that I have panicked less when I started and had more patience and had more trust. Because if I had have done that, I know that it would have been easier for me to reach the million and multi-million dollar level. I feel like I did it a very hard way because I added all of these different offers and had this big value ladder, and it meant that my focus was on too many things. So whilst I did them well, I didn't do them exceptionally. And it meant that some of the programs I ended up closing or letting go of because I didn't love them anymore. And the things that I have left are the things that I've had for 4 years. I've grown them to be stronger and stronger. We have amazing masterminds, amazing digital courses, and they work really, really well because I got laser focused on what it was that was going well and did more of that.
Deep breath. I hope you guys are getting these gems. It's very easy. 1 product, 1 service. I started formally coaching 3 months ago. I won't say how much I've made in 3 months, but I've made a lot of money in 3 months. Even my social media assistant who helps me with everything, when I first started in October and I put the prices out there, she's like, Dr. Yeah, but nobody's going to pay you $1,699. That's really high. Why don't you drop it? I said, no, I said, actually, this is a giveaway. I said, I'm actually giving away because I have so much wealth of knowledge. I said, this is a giveaway. And I actually made my, I was celebrating the other day with my family. I made my milestone, my goal by even one client. I wanted a certain number of clients and I sold one more than what I really wanted to achieve in 3 months. And how did I do that? With one product. I just have my Live Well Now coaching package, which is my How to Be Financially Free course and 4 sessions with me. That's it. And then I do have one package in case somebody wants only one session, because there are some women who only want one session. So that's all I have. I have 2 offers or 1.5 offers. That's it. But some of you have this offer and this product and this mastermind and this webinar and this free coaching and that. You know, it's like, as I go to some websites, I don't even know what to pick out. So especially when you're starting off, you need to make it as simple as possible. Nick, you talked about ideal clients. How do people figure out who the ideal client is? How do you make sure you're not talking to the whole world and you're really talking to people who need your particular gifts?
$1 million question. Someone's just said you're amazing. I totally agree. You are
She's
amazing.
one of my coaching clients. Thanks, Dr. Bristol.
Love it. So the ideal client question, the fundamental thing that I really want people who are watching today to take away from this conversation in the area of ideal client is that your work on your ideal client is never, ever, ever going to be done. It's never going to be finished, okay? So I've been in this business and really understanding about ideal client for about 5 years. Before that, I would just coach anyone and I would charge $40 an hour. And it was really haphazard. I didn't have a program. But from 2015, I started coaching towards a result and I got much more specific with who it was I want to serve. Now, even now, 5 years later, every single day, I'm asking questions to learn more about our people. I am listening to get more feedback. It's so vitally important because you can guess and you can decide who it is you want to coach or who it is you want to sell your product or your service to, who it is you want to help. But unless you actually go and speak with them and get feedback and do market research, you're not really going to understand their problems and their challenges and the results that they want to create in their own words. So I always say, like, go and find 5 to 10 people who you think would be ideal clients. And the way that I would determine who an ideal client would be is I would think about the result that you can help someone create first. So what is the result that you can help someone create either through your product or through your service? Let's say your coaching program's 3 months. By the end of the 3 months, what is the result that that person will be able to get with you? And then work backwards from the result to decide what's included in that product or program. Then thinking about, okay, so I've got this result. So let's say the result that I can help someone create is build $1 million business. And then think, right, who would want to build $1 million business? Or who would be an appropriate person to build $1 million business? It might not be the new coach that's just starting out. It might be someone who's already made 6 figures, for example.
Yeah.
So the ideal client for that particular offer or program would be determined by the result. Then what I would do is I would go and find 5 to 10 people who I felt were ideal clients, either friends, ex-clients, current clients, people who you've got on your social media audience, people in Facebook groups, people online or in networking events. And I would go and ask them, I would say to them, listen, like, I'm setting up this new thing and some of it's going to be free, some of it's going to be paid. I want to be able to help you so much more. I'd love to know from you, like, when it comes to building your $1 million business, what's the biggest struggle or challenge that you've got right now? And they're going to tell you so much valuable information and wisdom. So when you're writing your sales pages or when you're creating your content on social media, you can really start to speak to those things. And it means the people that are watching you are really going to listen because they're hearing that you've heard them.
Perfect. So that means you learn your ideal client, maybe 65% when you start, but you'll fine tune it as you go on.
Every day. Every day. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that is exactly what it is. For me, with the coaching, I started off wanting, just because I've had a 7-figure business for 17 years. And even though it's a medical practice, it's if you can start and scale a business, it's the same fundamental strategy for all businesses. If you're a baker today and you're struggling in your bakery, I can come in and do an analysis and figure out for you why you're not making money. It's all the same rules, right? Basically, I mean, if you do come down to the nitty-gritty, then I may ask you to go and get a specialist to help you with one particular thing in your business. But because I had started and scaled a 7-figure business, I wanted to help women also create $1 million businesses. But then, because I'm a 50-year-old who just got remarried this year, I didn't know that I was going to have hundreds of single women in my DM asking me how I was able to get married at 50 and how did I achieve all those things when I was divorced? And, they were like, you were divorced, but, you bought your own house when you were divorced. Your business did well when you were divorced. How did you? So I'm like, oh, this is a sign from God. I also need to be a dating coach. I also need to start doing YouTube videos about how to position yourself as a high value woman so you can attract high value men. And I'm doing that also. So my clients made me realize a gift that I had, and I picked it up as a coach. So that's also going to happen, right? You're going to start with one thing, and as you go on, people are going to say, why do you have such lovely skin? What do you do to have such lovely skin at 50? I've gotten that question and I've done a YouTube video on it, right? Just stop stressing out, guys. If you're not so stressed out, you wouldn't have 1 million lines on your face, right? That's the number one thing. Stress will age you. But you can tweak your ideal clients as you go on. How much more time do you have, Niyc? I want to be respectful of your time.
We can do another couple of questions. I would love to just add and build on what you've said there, because one of the things that has really stood out for me as I've started to learn more about how I can serve our clients and community is actually asking other people to reflect to you what your superpowers are. So my friends and my clients have reflected to me that some of my superpowers are, first of all, that I'm really generous. Secondly, that I'm amazing at connecting people. So one of my clients coined me Nick the Matchmaker. I connected so many amazing women together, and they go off and do crazy good things, build $5 million businesses just from connecting with each other. And then that I'm amazing at sales. So I didn't really realize this. I knew who I was and I knew what my values were, but as soon as someone said that to me, I was like, oh, okay, cool. That makes so much sense. So now I've really leaned into these things as superpowers, and I've brought them through everything that we do in the business and also through my daily life as well. And it's the same type of understanding that when you're strong at something, you're going to become stronger and more successful when you use that. So because I now have generosity marketing as a methodology within my business, because I focus on connection and how I can help really bring bonds in our programs, and because I'm always focused on teaching strategy and sales, that helps me find more fulfillment through my work. It also helps our clients get better results as well. So I would go and ask that question to people that people that know you well, and ask for the reflection. What do you think my superpower is?
And that's the role of a coach in your life, right? That's also because you and I have done this for so long. Well, I haven't coached for that long. I've mentored for years, which is the same thing really. But that is the role of you and I, right? We can talk to any woman who's on this call now and help them figure out within, I don't know, at least for me, and I'm sure you can do it, within 15 minutes to an hour, what their superpowers are. And they don't even know, right? Is that something that an experienced business coach should be able to do, Niyc?
Absolutely. We always ask for, we have a discovery welcome pack, a onboarding questionnaire, and we ask our clients to brain dump onto the pages, and then we'll talk through and we'll work through things like brand messaging or the ideal client conversation. and specific words or specific phrases or insights will come through, and you can take from personal experience and also professional experience, as well as what you love and what you're passionate about and what's on purpose and meaningful for you, and really wrap that all together into something that becomes a higher, bigger mission, as well as being a business. And that always comes from figuring out those gifts that you've got, that I think you have a responsibility to go and share with our world.
Yes, and I have two more brief questions for you. The second one is a big mistake that I see a lot of women make is their bio, their Instagram bio. With the women I coach that are on here, they know that feel good words are just feel good words. You're not going to be able to make much sales or any sales if you have on your bio things that relate to helping people feel good. You have to be a bit more specific about, like, if you went to my bio now, and if I came to your bio, I know exactly what you can help me with. I know that you're a business coach who's made about $19 million for women, and I know if I come to you, you'll help me achieve the same. But you go to some bios and you don't really know what they're doing. So can you give a word to women on how that's like the window. I describe it as the social media highway. On another call the other day, that you're driving down the social media highway and all you're seeing is the signs in the window, and those are the bios. And somebody will say, I'm going to make you into a great woman. I'm going to make you into, and you're thinking, okay, yeah, but I'm already great. I just want some money in my purse. So I just want, so when people are driving by the social media highway, how can people make their bio pop?
The more tangible, the better. Now, it's like, I don't want anyone to feel like they're wrong, because when you make yourself wrong, you're obviously like punishing yourself, and you can go into a real space of negativity. So
True.
Everything that you've done up until this point has been totally perfect, and
yes,
there's always room for growth.
True. Yes.
So I used to say that I help you create happiness and success, and that's exactly what I still do, but that doesn't sell, because it's a soft tangible, not a hard tangible.
Yeah.
So things that are hard tangibles are usually things associated with money, relationships, or health. So if you can relate the thing that you help people with to secondary layer benefits of money, relationships, or health, then that can really help you communicate what it is you do and how it is you help people. So I'll give you an example. You might coach people to become more confident. That's so important. Like, we all know things like confidence and fulfillment are the most important things, but we want to ask, why do they want to become more confident? Is it because they want to get the woman or the man of their dreams? Is it because they want to be more confident to ask for a raise? Is it because they want to be more confident on the phone when they're selling? Is it because they want to be more confident when they're walking on the beach in their bikini? So you're relating it to things that are more impactful, more emotionally associated, and harder tangibles. So they're the kind of things that I would put onto your bio.
Yeah, perfect. Last question for you. Why do people have dreams and they just cannot achieve those dreams? Why is it that it's only 2 to 5% of people that can really achieve their dreams? Why is that?
There's many, many reasons. I mean, it can be a whole host of things. And I think the actual statistic is 12% of women business owners make 6 figures, and something like 2% of women business owners make 7 figures. So when you hear those statistics, it's really tiny. It means we've got work to do, helping mobilize women to actually create success. I feel like there's a lot of fear associated with reaching goals. And it's a very basic conversation around mindset and spiritual support, really looking at what you're doing within yourself in order to support yourself or allow yourself to be supported in order to go and reach those goals. So I see a lot of people say, right, okay, I want to create success. And they're going to try and think their way to success, or they're going to try and force their way to success. And it's going to be a strategy or a push. For me, you also have to have a self-belief practice. You have to do work on your subconscious. For me, I love having a spiritual practice. It's one of the things that has got me through incredibly traumatic times, and also helped me open up and expand through things like manifestation and creative practices. So I think that a lot of people think that success is one thing and they get scared. And
Yeah.
when they get scared, they give up. Like I committed very early on to becoming successful and creating a lifestyle, both for myself and also for millions of other people around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And because I had this mission and I was like, right, I'm going to focus on what I want to become, what I want to create. I'm going to focus on helping other people to create success through entrepreneurship, through positive psychology, and trailblaze a way through my own success and my clients' success for other people to see that it's possible. Because I had that commitment to the mission, it meant that getting up in the morning or recording the video when I didn't want to record the video or going to do
Yeah.
back-to-back coaching calls that made me feel tired, it meant that all of that was way more joyful than something that felt hard. And it meant that even when everything went wrong and I felt like I wanted to quit, because believe me, like you see the shiny brand or you see the
Yeah.
social media and you're like, she's got it all figured out.
No.
Nobody has it figured out. Nobody
No.
has it figured out.
No.
Yeah, we're
We're all
all
on
doing
that
our best.
journey. Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing, never ever quit. So I committed to never ever quitting. And because I never quit, that means I cannot fail. That means the
Mm-hmm.
only option is success. So the only way you're
Yes.
not going to be successful is if you let the fear take over and you decide to quit.
Yeah. Or you never start. The way to look fear in the eye is just to start right now where you are, because there's never going to be that ideal point. People are looking for when they've lost 10 pounds. I had a client, earlier on when I first started, I think September, October, she had 1 or 2 sessions and she said she wasn't ready because she had a weight loss goal and she didn't want to start her business until she lost the weight. And I told her that when you come back to me in January, you still would not be happy with your weight loss goal. I said, oh no. She said, oh yeah, I would have lost weight. I said, look, I'm 50 years old. I know you're still not, we still wouldn't have achieved. So women are always looking for that ideal time to do what really makes them happy and makes them fulfilled. It's never going to come. So you better just start. If it's in your mind every day, if it's not going anywhere, the way that you're going to combat that fear is to just step out and take action. That's the only way. Otherwise, you're going to be paralyzed in inaction, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Last words before you leave. Any words of wisdom for my audience before you leave, Nick?
I feel like for 2021, like this is a really exciting year. I feel like there's more opportunity than ever before. So really it's looping back to the start of our conversation about focusing on what's possible rather than on what's going wrong. Like we're seeing that personal development and the coaching industry is one of the fastest growing industries in the world. So if you are in personal development, if you're running a business, if you've got the opportunity to get online, there has never been a better time than right now. So my invitation for you is to actually focus on that. Focus on what can be done this year. Focus on how right now there's more people than ever before that really, really, really need your help. And that is where the excitement, the momentum, the drive, and that unstoppable feeling, like my company's called Unstoppable Success, but
I
really that's
love that
about, it's
name.
good, right?
Yeah,
Really,
it's
it's
so
about
good.
unstoppable success. Yes, in your business, like all ladies kick ass, but it's about unstoppable success within yourself. So that's my invitation for you. Just commit to looking for the opportunities this year because they are abundant and they are all around.
Thank you, Nick. 30
Thank
minutes
you.
of 30 minutes of gold, 30 minutes of powerful gems. Thank you very much for your time. We love you. We wish you much success, right? We do.
And you.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Yeah,
Happy
and if
New
there are any
Year.
questions they have that I can't answer, I'm going to bring them back to you.
Absolutely. I'll
Yes.
answer any questions that you've got.
Thanks so much. So guys,
Thanks,
stay
guys.
on because I'm going to be here for another 30 minutes. Thank you, Nick. So guys, how did you like that? Wasn't that amazing? She is a boss lady. She is busy. So she only had 30 precious minutes, but those 30 minutes were great. I mean, she's 33 years old. She she looks like she's 28. First of all, she's 33 years old. She's been coaching for 10 years. 10 years. So she knows what works. So she emphasized what I preach on my page all the time, right? You're welcome, guys. And I thank you for joining. I thank everybody for joining. That you keep it simple. You know, the simpler, the better. If you keep your business model simple, your business offers simple, that's how you make money. The thing is, like I say all the time, if you have one offer and you're not yet making high six figures from it, you're making 100K a year, why look for other offers and this? You know, we get so impatient and so distraught about, oh, it's not working, I'm not making enough money, then this offer, that offer. You keep it simple. You look for that one thing that you do best and you offer that and you stay consistent so that that one offer will make a lot of money, right? So I'm here for you for the next 20, 30 minutes. If you have any questions, please, I would be glad to take your business or branding questions. Again, I wanted to ask her that question about branding because branding is the key to success in your business. Branding is, she said it's conditioning. It's how you make your clients feel when they come to your page, right? So like your Instagram feed, your YouTube feed is, your Instagram feed, your YouTube feed is like your shop. It's kind of like your virtual shop. So people come to your shop and they look at all what you have to offer, right? They look at your feed, they look at your post. What does she have to offer me? What is she selling? How can she make my life better, right? And then where they look at first is your bio. That's like the sign they see in the window. And I wanted to ask her that question because when I coach my clients, I tell them that your bio has to be specific. It has to be tangible. If you're just in your bio, if you just have, oh, I'm going to make you more spiritual, or I'm going to make you more courageous, or I'm going to make you more confident, you know, that's kind of like feel good. Oh yeah, I'm feeling good. My ears and I'm feeling nice. But what is the tangible thing? Oh, hi, Alexandra. I didn't even know you were on. What is that tangible thing that you actually want to give people? And I love how she broke it down. I learned that one thing from her. You saw me making notes, right? Because I'm a sponge. I want to learn from anybody I can learn from. She said that we have to make, even if it's a service business you're in, like coaching or counseling or consultancy, you still want to make it as tangible as possible. People are not going to pay you thousands of money just to feel spiritual or to feel nice or to feel courageous. What is that one tangible thing? Okay, so you're going to help women, and self-confidence, like she said, is key. You could be a confidence coach, but you have to say, I'm a confidence coach who will help you become more confident with public speaking so that you can increase your marketing, so that you can up level your sales, you know. So that's tangible. Somebody is going to see that and say, oh, I need to sign up for this woman's coaching because I need to be more confident about coming on live to speak like I'm speaking. I need to be more confident about telling people about my products and services and how good it is. So you feel good adjectives are not enough anymore. They may have been good before, but times are changing, times are evolving. The social media space now is like, you know, there's so many people doing the same thing. So you have to up level. You have to be specific about what your sign, your window says, right? When people are driving down that social media highway. And I love that she broke it down into 3 categories. She said you have to have tangible services in one of these 3 things. You're either helping people make money, you're either helping people have better relationships, right? There's many single women out there who are still looking for their man, or they're married women who want to make their marriages better, or even some people just have problems in their personal life. They want to have better friendships. They want to get rid of toxic friends, and health. So I love those 3 categories. I'm going to write that down in my journal because she's right, actually. Most coaches who can charge high ticket sales are offering one of those 3 things. And this is why I keep on trying to wake up my doctor friends, because doctors don't understand They don't understand the gold they're holding, that if they're doctors who are burnt out working long hours, but you could be on social media as a doctor teaching people how to take control of their health and charging high ticket sales from that. But yeah, and this is why Dr. Jumoke and I did that session yesterday, that doctors wake up. The suicide rate doesn't have to be this high in our profession. You have gold in your hand. People want to be healthy. They want to lose weight. They want to be fit. They want to know the preventative medicine to use so that they can be healthy. So if you can help people make money, if you can help people have better relationships or find that dream guy that they're looking for, or if you can help people improve their health, and you can do it in a strategic, efficient way, then there's no way you won't have success. So those are the three things. You have to make your bio tangible. So everybody who's on this call now, if you once we're done, go and look at your bio. If you already have a business and you're just not making enough sales, if your bio is just full of feel-good adjectives, you know, you'll be a courageous woman, you'll be a nice woman, you'll be, I mean, not those exact words, but if you don't have something tangible that you want, if you look at my bio, mine is straightforward. I'm going to help women use their creative gifts and talents to make high 6 and high 7 figures. And the clients who work with me know exactly that is what I'm positioning them to do. I interview them, I figure out what their creative gifts are that is unique to them, and I extract it out of them to help them create the business that will be utilizing those gifts. And I also help women attract true love, right? And those two categories are in this category, are in these three categories, right? That's why I can sell high ticket sales, because people want to make money. They want to have love in their lives. They also want to be healthy. And even when I'm doing my coaching, I always touch on health and wellness, because health is wealth. You can't have loving relationships. You can't have money unless you're healthy. So I think there's some questions on here. How do you keep going when you get tired or demotivated? Yeti K, are you still here? I always want to make sure whoever asked the question is still here so that I'm not just rambling on. If you're still here, just wave or give me a thumbs up. Okay? Yeah, are you still here, Yeti K? You said you want to know how to keep going when you get tired or unmotivated. Okay, let me tell you why you're tired or unmotivated. Do you really want to hear? You're doing the wrong thing. You're in the wrong business or in the wrong career, or you've picked the wrong thing to work on. That's why you're getting tired and unmotivated. Absolutely, that's the answer. That is why you need an experienced business coach to help you figure out what really makes you light up. And that is why my business model is centered around helping women use their creative gifts. If you see, my model is not centered around using their academic skills, because many of us go to school for courses that we don't even like, for degrees that we don't even enjoy. We did it because it was the in thing, or our parents wanted us to do it, or our grandparents wanted us to do it. Or you know, at that time it was something that makes money. There are many doctors who I know went into medicine just so that they can be rich, because you know doctors are rich, which by the way is not true. Okay, yes, doctors do make a lot of money, but they're still not wealthy. They still can build wealth because they you know, anyway, that's another topic for another day. But Yeti K, you are getting tired and demotivated because what, do you have your own business? What are you getting tired of? Are you getting tired of your 9-to-5 job, or are you getting tired of your own business? Can you be more specific? Because that really determines how I answer you. What are you getting tired of? Your own business, or are you an employee working a 9-to-5 that you don't like anymore? Which one? So yeah, let me see. The Crochet Life says, this was such a great interview. How do you build confidence in your product itself? And how do you manage your time if you want to start a business with a full-time job, husband, and kids? That's a wonderful question. Crochet Life, are you still on here? Oh, Yeti K, you have both. You have your own business. Okay, so that is why you're tired. You have your own business and you're also working a 9 to 5. That is why you're tired. Your body is not designed to do all of that. And my clients who are on here understand that you cannot be happy and stay motivated if you're working a full-time 9 to 5 job as well as running a business. You cannot. And Crochet Life, that answers your question as well. If you want to have a business that is going to grow into high 6 and 7 figures, it needs a lot more of your attention. It needs a lot more emotional stability from you. If you're still working a 9 to 5 job, something is going to suffer. And usually it's the business you're building. That's why a lot of businesses crash in the first 3 to 5 years, because people don't manage them properly. So you're going to have to reduce your time in your 9 to 5 job to part-time. And you're going to have to focus more time on your business. That's the only way. You're going to have to cut your expenses. Look at the things you can cut. If you have cable, I've told one of my clients this already, that if you feel like you don't have money and you need to cut out cable and read books instead and just watch regular TV. Some of us pay like $200 a month for cable. Cable is not going to change your life. Read books and watch regular TV. So cut out some expenses from your life so that you can then start to work part-time, and then you can have more energy and more motivation for your business. Okay? But you can't have your cake and eat it. That's one of my favorite sayings. You cannot have your cake and eat it. You cannot have that 9 to 5 job that will give you financial security, and then you also want to build a thriving business. It's not going to happen, because you also need a lot of time for self-care. You need a lot of time for exercise and sleep and eating right and just doing nothing as well. Doing nothing is actually very productive. Okay, so the other question you had, Crochet Life, is how do you build confidence in your product? You build confidence in your products by building your self-confidence first. Okay, that's how you build confidence in your product. You build your self-confidence because you are the one who's producing the product, or you are the one who's producing the service. And this is why self-confidence is so important. And you have to have a coach who also is very self-confident. This is why I keep saying that when you're choosing a business coach, is a multifaceted coaching. Somebody like Niyc, who was just on here, you can tell she's very self-confident, she's very experienced. I would pay $20,000 to hire her, because I know that I would get a lot of good, good information and good training. Coaches like that are priceless. It's like the experience I have is priceless, and this is why I've increased my prices to $7,000, because I have a lot of knowledge. And you saw how we were talking and we had all the same views. Even though I've only been formally coaching women for 3 months, I have acquired all that knowledge with time. And I guess it's just one of my gifts. And I was born into an entrepreneurial family. But you cannot have your cake and eat it. You have to have self-care. You're not going to be a good businesswoman if you're tired and demotivated. There's too many women that are tired because they're wearing too many hats. Crochet Life, if your husband isn't helping with the kids, you have to get a nanny. You have to get a babysitter. It doesn't have to be an expensive babysitter. You can maybe get a college kid. I don't know if you're in America or what part of the world you're in. If you're in America, you can get a college student who can help you part-time, and you can pay them anywhere between $10 to $15 an hour. They don't have to come every day. They can come a few days a week to help you with some of the work, with cooking, with errands, with shopping, or just to do some activities with your kids so that you can have time. I can't see the time on my phone. Can somebody please tell me what time it is? I want to make sure that I don't lose this live. So Tony, can you recommend some books? Oh my goodness. I've read so many books that sometimes when people ask me that question, I can't really answer it like at the top of my head, but maybe Oyinda Mola is on here. Oyinda Mola, do you recommend any business books? Read a variety of books, even fiction. You don't have to read only nonfiction. People think it's only nonfiction. Oh, thanks, Teresa. Well, I'm going to have to log off soon because I only have 3 or 4 more minutes, but I hope this live was really helpful. You don't have to, reading is reading. You don't have to read only business books, Tony. Even if you read fiction, reading is just very good for relaxation. It's very good for developing your writing skills. It's very good for developing your overall knowledge. So I've read a lot of books in my life. So I've read a lot. So it's hard for me to just tell you which books to read. I read a lot of memoirs. I read business books. I read relationship books. I read spiritual books. I read my Bible. You know, it's like just read a lot of different books because you're going to just acquire knowledge from everywhere. So I don't have any specific books. Read some books about mindset. Go to Amazon and read some books about mindset. But I hope that this live has helped you guys. A lot of us, I know that we want to change our mindset in 2021. We want to make more money. We want to try to achieve our goals. We want to achieve our dreams, but we're not doing the action steps to help us achieve our goals. And that's why I asked Nick that last question, that why is it that many people have all dreams and goals, but they can just never reach their dreams and goals? And she said the word, a lot of us are just so scared. We live in fear. But the only way, I don't have any other formula for you to combat fear, but for you to step out and just do it. That's why Nike has that phrase, right? It's such a powerful phrase. Just do it. Just do it. You learn along the way. You'll make mistakes. You'll pivot. You'll recalibrate. You'll reset. And get people who are solid, who are experienced in your corner. You guys are paying money here and there and there. If you just want a mindset coach, hire a mindset coach. But if you're looking for a business coach to help you make money, hire a solid and experienced business coach. Stop looking at the dollar amount, because if you pay somebody $10,000 and it's going to help you earn 100, 200K, 250K, then $10,000 is a drop in the ocean. But if you go and keep hiring coaches for $500, or some of you are paying $10,000 for coaches who are really just mindset coaches, or they're just self-development coaches, they're not business coaches. To have a successful business requires a lot of business strategy, which is just not something you just say, you know, be this, be that. It requires some practical business strategy steps. So I know that my coaching is expensive for some people, but if it is, start saving so that you can pay for my coaching, so that this year will be that year that you hit the milestones that you want in your business. That's all I have time for. The replay of this is going to be on my YouTube. It's not going to be on my Instagram feed. So make sure you go now and subscribe to my YouTube, Dr. Iyabo Webzol, and binge on my videos. If you don't have time for my coaching, binge on my videos, because I have a lot of information on my YouTube videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next weekend with Keyshawn Scott. We'll be talking about relationships and dating. Don't miss it. Bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.